Hey, what's going on? Christian Doc says, I'm here because Susie Q shared. Shout out to Susie Q. That's my girl. Did anyone ever confirm if Dr. Umar Johnson actually a psychologist? I heard his license wasn't real. Okay, great question. Great question. I think he really did complete the work to be called a psychologist. I've listened to another YouTuber who went, I guess there's a clearinghouse where you can find persons their actual credentials, and he said that he did find those and showed them on the screen, so on and so forth.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
YouTuber Spencer Cornelia just dropped the video where he's calling Umar Johnson a scammer. So let's review the video. All right, maybe he's going to change my mind. All right, let's review it. I like Spencer content. I think Spencer is a good
Spencer's
dude.
dope,
I do think Spencer mean well and does come from a good man.
Dr. Umar Johnson may have pulled off the smartest scam I've ever seen. He stated his grand vision to build a school for black children over a decade ago and still hasn't opened it. Many people are calling him a scammer, but others keep donating to him. I dug deep to get the full story.
Wait.
He is a doctor of psychology, or is he? He claims to have graduated from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, but an investigation from the Root turned up some fishy things. We could not find any evidence that Johnson graduated from PCOM. 99% of students who received a doctorate from PCOM have their dissertation available online, but Johnson's is not. PCOM also posts videos of its graduation ceremonies online.
Spencer. Mind you, I'm still open to the idea that Umar Johnson may be scamming. Listen, if you have some proof, show me. I don't give a F. But when you dive into like the conspiracies here that was already like debunked, it's kind of like, right, like it's kind of crazy, right? Because I believe the Roots even like came back in a minute, we were capping, right? We were wrong, all right? Umar Johnson does indeed have a degree. So when you quote this, and you don't quote them sort of coming back and debunking their own stories, it's kind of like, bro, like you're ruining your credibility here, bro. Here's the article on Root where the same person, Michael Harriet, right, says, I was wrong. His name is Dr. Umar Johnson. A little more than a week ago, I wrote 2 scathing articles about Umar Johnson. I called him a charlatan, I think, right? Most famously, I insinuated that he never earned a doctorate. I researched, I looked through the yearbooks of every school he ever attended. I went through the archive graduation programs. I watched videos of the graduation ceremonies. I paid my own money to verify his degrees. To be clear, instead of outright saying that he wasn't a doctor, I said that I could find no evidence that Umar Johnson has earned a degree. But I knew I was insinuating. I think I'm pretty good at this writing thing. I knew people would think I was wrong. It turns out that Umar Johnson is a doctor of psychology, National Clearinghouse, right? The National Student Clearinghouse verified it for me late last night. After researching his files, you can view the certificate here. I have the same document in my email, as you guys can see right here, requested by Michael Harriet. Umar Johnson does indeed have a doctorate degree. So with Spencer, I guess, going out of his way to make it seem like Umar Johnson doesn't have a degree, it's kind of like we want to we want to take this video seriously, bro, and like take it as if, Spencer did some real research that might be credible, but if you didn't dig deep enough to find out this man really does have a degree, it's crazy.
Except someone has submitted a copyright infringement claim only for the graduation ceremony that took place in the year Umar Johnson supposedly graduated. I'm getting Catch Me If You Can vibes here, but I haven't seen definitive proof either way. And if his degree isn't fake, then his school certainly is. Or is it?
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
This is the problem that I have, though, Christian Doc. Okay, let me use you as an example. Let me use you as an perfect. It's even better. Okay, so she's a psychologist, which is why I asked. Okay, great. The only problem is Umar Johnson always talks about he's a school psychologist. There's no such thing as a school psychologist apart from a school. Now, you can be a child psychologist, you can be a youth psychologist and have like an individual practice, a private practice, whatever. But if you are a school psychologist, You don't generally have a school psychologist that's not tied to at least a school district. Okay. I live in Marietta City Schools. They have school psychologists at each school, and they have a head psychologist at central office. So each school psychologist is tied to one of the 11 schools in Marietta City Schools. That makes sense. Notice that Umar Johnson, and matter of fact, I have a video of him. I literally just found it today of him talking about podcast hopping and how he's making money on podcast hopping. Well, that seems interesting because I thought you were a school psychologist. Shouldn't you be serving a school or a community of people, helping them with their children and what's their mental and emotional needs of the child? Isn't that what you should be doing? Why is Griffin, Georgia, to do a podcast? When do you actually do the psychologist thing? Just wondering. So I don't know. Again, I saw that he actually he's completed the work to be called a psychologist, a doctor. Does he actually do it, Christian Doc? Therein is the rub. I don't think that I'm still wondering whether or not his license is real. Now, you might have done all of the work, completed all of your assignments, defended your dissertation or whatever it was. You could have done all that stuff, but you could still not be a true certified doctor or licensed doctor, because you never hear him talking to. Whenever you hear him talking, and I despise Umar Johnson because he's a fraud. He's a fraud. You notice this? Oh, no. He is a fraud. You hear me, Christian Doc? Notice I've never heard him talk on a podcast about children's emotional needs or what I would expect a psychologist to talk about if they were a child psychologist. It's always about adults. It's always about 304s. It's always about hood people. It's always these highbrow conversations. But you're a child school psychologist. Why are you not talking about children? Like, why are you not talking about kids? So to the point that you're making, Christian Doc, we're probably saying the same thing. We're just coming at it from different angles. I do believe he's a fraud. I'm not taking away that he may have gotten all of his credentials in place to be called a doctor.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
And I want to give a big shout out to Poetic Flacco. Great work. Shout out to Spencer Cornelia. Excellent work.